genius, which is why I want you to learn to realize that sometimes you need to learn to see a genius in yourself, even in a highly negative environment. Learn to walk away from that environment, go into an environment where your gifts, your ability, your skills are celebrated. You see, a number of times we forget that the duty to protect our dreams does not lie in your family. The duty to protect your dreams does not even lie in your spouse. The duty to protect your dreams lies with you. You need to protect it. Business owner with so exciting testimonies that I was saying. But today, you know what? I want to talk about the issue of walking away. So every time we come up with talks and conversations, pretty much we're reflecting on things. So, you know, a number of times we grow in an environment where we're taught to hold on, but I still think sometimes in life we need to know when to actually let go of certain things and when to walk away from certain things. From Cape Town, I can see Chumtambera Charles. You guys are so awesome. Mobi Tobaiwa, I can see you. Thank you so much for checking up on me and checking on you guys. So it's so exciting. So what I want to do today, I want to talk about something called #walk away. You see, we live in a very toxic environment, which is why I think we need to pretty much understand the importance of walking away. So a number of times I hear people being taught about perseverance. It's good. But you see, there are certain times when I believe we actually need to understand that it's not every time that we need to just hold on. Sometimes we need to learn to walk away. And the idea is to protect yourself. Why do you need to walk away? Because it's actually for your own safety. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to give you a series of things that I think I want you to learn to walk away. So today is not going to be a very long session. It's going to be brief. I know many of us who have been coming from work, busy works indeed. So I want to give you a series of things that I think we should learn to walk away from. Why? Because your life begins to change the moment you let go of certain things. So you see, a number of people want to change their lives, but they don't actually want to change certain things that they're doing almost every day. So you see, one thing about change is very interesting. Change is a result of change. Meaning, if you want to experience change in your life, in your personal life, in your relationships, in your spiritual life, you need to be ready to change certain things. And that's why I believe we need to learn to actually walk away from certain things. And so guys who are joining us just now, I haven't started. I was just doing an introduction. So what do we need to learn to walk away from? Number one, I want us to learn to walk away from negativity. Learn to walk away from negativity. So I was on Capital today, speaking on building generational wealth, just sharing some ideas. And a comment was sent through. We're actually broadcasting via phone, and someone says, no, we're not all going to be able to create wealth because we still need some people who are going to be in the lower class, in the middle class, in the upper class. You know, I had to give a very simple answer. Life is the sum total of the choices that you make. And one of the choices that you need to make in life is the type of life that you want to live. Guys, I'm not going to be here to try to make you feel good or feel sorry about yourself. That's not my business. One of the things that I'm here to help you realize that you can change your life. Number two, I'm not going to change your life for you. If you're following me on Twitter, I put a quote: you cannot change a human being. It's only God who can change. But you see, when I was responding to that message, what I was trying to address was the issue of the negativity. You see, a number of us, we are operating in so negative environment. And when we're operating in the so negative environment, we even begin to undermine even the things that we're actually capable of doing. So I want us to get to that level where we understand that if we're going to bring about transformation in our lives, we need to learn to walk away from negativity because we live in a highly negative environment. So you come up with an idea, you share it with a family member. At times you actually regret why you ever shared with a family member. Why? Because you're operating in an environment that's generally negative. So I want us to understand that we need to be very careful about negativity. So when I was growing up, I remember telling people I want to write books. And some of the people who actually discouraged me were people who were very close, people I looked up for ideas. Why? Because, you see, the default for many people is actually negative. The default for many people is actually no. So they don't have room for more yeses. That's why it's so normal for many people to say no. So that's why I want you to learn to run away from negative environments. So there's a story that I often share to illustrate this principle. This guy is sitting on a bridge, wants to jump. And this guy, guess what? He gets concerned. No, this guy can't jump. No, he can't jump. And you know what he does? He goes to the bridge, sits with the guy, starts talking to him. And guess what? Some 20 minutes later, two people jumped. So one guy wants to jump, the other guy wants to try to talk him out of jumping, and they both ended up jumping. Why? Because you see, being negative is highly contagious. That's why I want you to understand one thing. Sometimes you're not going to be able to turn around people who are negative. And the best that you can actually do for yourself is to walk away from those people. Walk away from discouraging environment. Walk away from discouraging WhatsApp groups. Walk away from conversations that don't add value to you. Walk away from people who are always speaking negativity. Why? Because there are certain people who have made up their mind that they just want to jump. And I'm saying, if you're not very careful, you're actually going to escort the people who want to jump. So let the people who want to jump, jump. Run for your life. Protect your life. Protect that dream in you. So I want you to learn to leave the negative environment. Why? Because the default is highly discouraging. So a true story is told about this young boy. Comes from school with a small piece of paper. Goes to his mother. Says, Mama, my teacher says I must give you this piece of paper. Only you, not anyone else. Only you. You must see this piece of paper. And what does he do? Gives the mother a piece of paper. She opens, and as she was reading, she begins to cry. And the young boy is worried. Why is Mama crying? Then the mother says, no, it's what's written on this paper. And the boy says, what is written? And this is what she reads. She says, your son is a genius. This school doesn't have enough good teachers to teach him. Please teach him yourself. This school doesn't have enough good teachers. Please teach him yourself. So what does the mother do? She takes away the child from the school, homeschools the child, and the child grows to become a respected inventor by the name of Thomas Edison. And Thomas Edison, if you don't know, is the guy who ensured that we managed to get a video camera that we're using today, electricity, all these other inventions. And he's the guy who created a company which we now know as General Electric. So homeschooled by a parent. So the mother dies, and as I was going through his mother's stuff, he sees the exact same piece of paper. He opens it, and to his surprise, there was this message. Your son is mentally ill. We will not allow him to come to school anymore. I want you to notice one thing. The mother actually had an opportunity to read a negative message. But rather than read a negative message, the mother made a conscious decision that she's going to read that her son is a genius. Which is why I want you to learn to realize that sometimes you need to learn to see a genius in yourself. Even in a highly negative environment. Learn to walk away from that environment. Go into an environment where your gifts, your ability, your skills are celebrated. You see, a number of times we forget that the duty to protect our dreams does not lie in your family. The duty to protect your dreams does not even lie in your spouse. The duty to protect your dreams lies with you. You need to protect it. That's why I want you to learn to walk away from negativity. Leave groups that speak rubbish. Leave groups that tell you every day how bad things are without telling you the things that you need to do in order to make your life better. Leave groups that are toxifying your mind every time. Remember the conversation with my good friend Zua, where we're saying detoxify your mind, detoxify your life. I want you to learn to do that. So every time I'm in a group, one of the things that I'm actually looking for is social media platforms. Like and follow for more inspirational content.